Hey everyone, this is Soumya from Book Feast channel. Today we are going to see on the topic The Aged Mother, which is written by Matsuo Basho. So before getting into today's video, I just want to tell you I have posted the particular content in Tamil also. If you're in need of that, you can have a look. Please do like, share and subscribe our channel to get further more updates. When you see for the topic The Aged Mother, it specifically talks about a mother who is of aged. And when you go for the name of the writer, you can have a guess there's something that deals with Japan here. Yeah, it is a Japanese folk tale. So we may have a doubt. What is a folk tale? A folk tale is the one which is basically an oral literature. It has no written literature. Later it was translated from oral to written. Folk, it talks about the common people. Whereas tale, it is just a story. So the common people come across many stories, and when it spreads like a rumor, it spreads like a wildfire. And this such story takes a drastic change when it passes from one year to the other. That we have many versions for the folktale. This particular folktale has been spread in the Japan. That's why it's a Japanese folktale. And I have told you folktale has many versions. So even the title of the story can also have a drastic change. For example, The Aged Mother is the title which is given for us. But when you go for this another name of a story, the story of a aged mother. So it talks about someone, a mother, she's maybe someone, but she's basically a mother who is of aged. Here particularly superlative degree, the aged mother. And we may have a doubt what this whole content is all about. It is nothing but it explains the relationship bonding between a son and his mother. It talks about the love, affection and caring between a son and his mother. When you go for the main theme of the story, an aged person will always be good enough than the other. Aged are sharp-witted, and this particular line is taken from the story. With the crown of snow, there comes wisdom. So, with the crown of snow, in the sense, snow here is compared to grey. So, when our hair started looking grey, automatically there comes. The old archaic form of comes is comes. So, there comes wisdom. So, always the wisdom lurks more in the aged person. Now, let's go for the writer's introduction. He was born in the year 1614 and he was passed away in the year 1694. He is a famous Japan poet, and many of his poems are seen on the monuments and also in the traditional sites in Japan. And when you talk about his occupation, that is his profession, he is besides being a teacher, he is also a writer, and he has traveled to all over the world in order to gain inspiration for his writing. One such inspiration here is it talks about the love and caring between a mother and a son. And let's get into the story. So when you talk about the timing, they have only mentioned long ago. So they never given a particular timing because it's a folklore. No one can't tell when the origin or where it came from. And when you go for the place, it talks about a country which is titled Shining, and the particular protagonist comes from the foot of the mountain. So, protagonist is nothing but the leading character with whom the story revolves is the protagonist. Here, the protagonist seems to be the poor farmer, that is the son. And also, there comes up with the one more mountain which is titled Obatsuyama, that is, it is a place for abandoning the aged person. The aged person has to be sent to that place. They should not stay in the country. And when you talk about character, the first seems to be the victor ruler who is despotic leader, warrior and coward at sometimes when it is talking about disease. And poor farmer, he is the protagonist, and his mother, she is aged and also she is widow. And I hope I have given the outer sketch of the story. Let's get into the story. So once upon a time, there was a poor farmer who was living with his mother, and they had a piece of land from which they gain income, they gain their food and they live happily. And there was a wicked ruler who was very fearful for the disease. So he thought that disease was spread only by the aged person. So he ordered everyone that they should not keep the aged person in their home. They should be sent off from the country. So everyone they started doing it, and when it comes for the option of the poor farmer, he took prepared. He started preparing food, he started taking water, and he's tying his mother in a bag and he's carrying it in his shoulder. So as days passes, he walks and walks. Many obstacles come in his route and there were many dangers. At certain point he was stuck on. He had no other option where he have to go in this way or either in that way. He was literally confused. At certain point he reached the mountain Obatsuyama. So after coming there, he wanted to leave his mother there and he wanted to go back. So it is only he wanted, it is not his need, it was forced into him. He was forced to do it in order to live in the country. So suddenly he makes arrangement with the fallen pine leaves and he makes his mother sit there and he's going back. When his mother called him and said that the whole area is fully abandoned and it is very dangerous to go singly. So she wanted his son to go safe back to home. She gives a clue that when he carried his mother on his shoulder, she has broken the sticks and she has broken the twig and she was creating a way which can lead him back to the home. So the mother asked her son to go back in the same manner. This brought in the hidden humanity in him. And finally said, no, I don't want to leave you. I want to take you back to home. If it is living, let us together live. If it is about death, let us face it together. So they went to home and he hid his mother inside the cupboard, kitchen cupboard where no one could see. As days passes, he was literally fearing. At certain point, he was given a hope by himself. And there was also an order that the king started demanding. His demand was that his subject should present him a rope of ashes. So they had no other option. Everyone, they were stalled. They wanted to think of it. But the poor farmer, he gave a confidence that he could make it. And he went back to his mother that night and he started telling all the incident. Suddenly, the mother, she gave an idea. She asked him to tie all the ropes which were twisted already and place it on the flat stone and let it bury. So it's when it started firing, automatically few of them were buried under, and that gives a shape of a corpse. Finally, she also insisted that it should not be a windy place and it should be performed in the night. So finally, everything was prepared and it was given to the governor, who is none other than the wicked ruler. He was literally appreciating the person for making such kind of activity, and he started putting up a question: how come you got all this idea? How come you're talented? How come you're intelligent? Certainly the poor farmer, he spoke the truth, stating that he had never left his mother somewhere. She stays in his home, in the kitchen trapdoor, and also he says that it was the one who given idea was his mother. So his mother made him to make all these things. Certainly the king realized, the ruler, he realized how very foolish he has been. He suddenly said that shining needs more than strength of youth. He said gravely, that I should have forgotten the well-known saying, with the crown of snow there comes wisdom. So finally he realizes that the wisdom lurks in the old people, not in the young one. So finally the story is already over, but from that point of view, the poor farmer, he gave an inspirational view to each and everyone. The main aspect of the main theme of the writer in this particular in this particular story is that he wanted to convey the truth that many of us think old people, they are old fashioned, but it is not literally true. Even though they are old, they are very much talented. They experienced teachers. Experience is the best teacher. So we have to realize it. And here I conclude my video, and I want to tell you that I have posted the particular content in Tamil also. If you are in need of that, you can have a look. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe our channel to get further more updates. Thank you.